close it.
Did it really say that?
It just said close
No, it
it.
didn't.
It did.
The balls started lining up around us.
Oh.
Come in here. You guys, look at the mannequins that they have here. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by the incredible team from Paranormal Musings podcast. For those who don't know them, Paranormal Musing takes a deep dive into all things paranormal. The team, T Paranormal, Cordell, and Rich, they all explore everything haunted, weird, and unexplained. They interview paranormal teams and personalities while sharing their own personal experiences from the field. So buckle up because we're about to explore some truly fascinating territory together. What inspired you to start Paranormal Musings podcast together?
Well, I guess I can answer that one. So previous team I was on, I Spook Paranormal, Austin Dale, who's the lead of that team, had asked me one night, "Hey, let's do a podcast." I responded, "It's like, hey, I've been wanting to do a podcast forever." What's funny is I only listened to 3 different paranormal podcasts. Everything else is something else, but those are my favorite ones, and I stuck to them. And I was like, once you put a bug in my head, that's it. So I was like, let's go. First episode sucked, which I will take the blame for because the audio was atrocious and I had no idea what I was doing. And then it didn't really go anywhere for a couple weeks, and then I kept going in and I asked Cordell if he wanted to stay on. He said yes, and then that was it. It was yeah. He's been going since. We had Rich on. He is the team lead for CFL Paranormal, which I investigate with a lot. And he came on, and him and his son, who also investigates with him, and asked him, "Hey, would you like to come on and be a part of the team?" He said yes, and went from there. And I've been tweaking and twisting and turning since certain stuff. So that's pretty much it. A lot of other stuff coming up, but I'll let that happen when it happens. And yeah,
What first
that's my
got
quick.
y'all? What first got y'all into the paranormal?
I'll let Cordell go first. Mine's a long time ago. So
Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna start with the original Ghost Hunters with Jason Hawes. That's what really piqued my interest as a child. Then as I got older, come to find out that there were haunted locations nearby, going to check them out, and then you learn history about places. You just come to learn more about the city and then the history of the place, and you kind of don't see things for what they are anymore because of the darkness behind each thing that's happened.
What about you, Terry?
like Cordell, Ghost Hunters came out. I watched it religiously. At the beginning of Ghost Adventures, and then there was all these other stuff that came out, especially during Halloween when sci-fi was sci-fi. I remember the Sci-Fi Channel when it was actually Sci-Fi Channel. Um, there was one case out in California of a lady and her children, and then they're Ghost Hunters was a show, but I seen and heard of these guys. Barry, I can't think of his last name. His first name is Barry, but they were around for years, and then they had the haunting out in California, and I saw the documentary on it, and it stuck with me. Of course, as a kid back in the early '90s, we were always finding our way into places and all that stuff. And then, I got serious. But I think when I really, really got serious was around 2008. Um, saw something in front of our apartment in New York. And that's when I knew there's something up, and immediately started investigating places. Actually went to a place that ghost hunters had on in upstate New York. We went to a museum, had some stuff going there. Um, growing up with my family on my mother's side, um, learned some stuff, some old stuff and new stuff. And yeah, I've just been stuck with it since, like trying to figure out what the hell's going on around here on this rock.
What do y'all think makes y'all's approach to exploring the paranormal unique compared to other podcasts?
Hmm.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good one because I don't know how unique. I mean, there's some podcasts is like, off the top of my head I can be like, yeah, we're different. Um, my favorite podcast is a paranormal podcast, so um, there's stuff that I like to do on the podcast that I pick up from them. There's my own stuff, but I pick up from them. Um, I don't, man. I don't know if I can answer that as far what I think is unique. I mean, I guess just us and our story would be unique to everybody else. 'Cause we all got our own thing, you know. Um, we come at it sometimes differently. I'm a big but I've heard people do that too on podcasts. But I like debunking stuff. Um, especially in this time where everything's haunted. I like to debunk stuff. I like to debunk my stuff. Get excited off the bat, and then later on go rewatch it and be like, you know what? Yeah, missed that.
Well,
But
debunking is really good.
yes, I think you have to debunk yourself. You don't have to be an a-hole to everybody else debunking, but you have to debunk yourself. Um, and I don't mind debunking other people's stuff. Most of the time I don't say anything though. I just do it with myself because you don't want to. Some people get upset, and I'm not here to do that. But
And
yeah,
you
I
never know.
man,
It's all in our own experiences.
yeah, exactly.
So
But
can
yeah,
you
I'm sorry, I don't really have a good answer for you.
so can you tell us about your most memorable episode so far?
Oh,
Oh
um,
man.
I ran my mouth, Cordell. You can go.
Um, I think the most memorable moment so far would be was it like 4 or 5 episodes back? I forget which team it was. She had the doll in the back, and her K2 meter was going off, and then she has cat balls right next to it, and they started going off. I think that's the first time in the history of the Paranormal Musings podcast that we've actually seen activity live.
Yeah, we were actually on somebody else's podcast. He had came on our podcast. I think we started on his podcast, and he came on our podcast, and we went back on his podcast. He's a friend of the show. NSPS TV. He's out in Texas, and yeah, stuff started happening. It's weird. It was cool though. And we're all like there was let's see, Terry, us, that team, so there's like five different groups on there. And it turned into a question and answer and everybody going, "What's going on?" It was pretty cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think
Well,
I have to agree with Cordell on that one. That was probably the most memorable.
what I was just thinking was, I think it would be interesting because I was actually just talking about this with a teammate of mine, but we were talking about doing a podcast, but we interview the spirits or the ghosts.
Hmm.
So, what do y'all think about joining in one day? And since I live on haunted land, my teammate also lives in the haunted area. Her house is actually, she lives in Texas, but her house is actually part of the ghost tour. Um, and we could just sit down, do EVP sessions, REM pods, have our equipments out. You can
That's
even
it.
have your
Yeah, that's
equipments
interesting.
out, try to connect that way as well.
That's interesting. I've never done anything like that.
Yeah, that's a new concept to me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think first I'll say I'll do it. Second, I think you should run with it because I've never seen it done on a podcast. I've seen it done and heard it done. I've never seen or heard it done on a podcast. You should do it.
I mean, like, I interview people about the paranormal. Why not interview a ghost? I talked to them
you,
already.
you you never know what will happen. So
Hopefully
I say
people
do it.
do.
Right. Yes.
I say do it, and when you do it, please send an invite because I'd like, yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
definitely will. And how does the team each contribute differently to the show?
I think just we like everybody else, we have our own different things, how we act. You know, I'm not the oldest guy, but I'm old school in my ways because I've been investigating longer than these guys. Um, so I come in at it from that angle, like a lot of new equipment. I have a lot of equipment, a ton of equipment, and I have a lot of equipment I don't even touch anymore because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if you can debunk it, then okay, it's just there for fun to me. That's just I'm not saying that's how it is everywhere. That's just for me. So I bring that old school thing. Rich isn't here. Don't want to speak for him. He's old school. He's the oldest, by the way. Uh, uh,
Leave Grandpa
he's got
alone,
some of that
man.
old school, and he's got a lot of equipment, new equipment. We like to use them, but I think I can speak for him in this, where we like to use the new equipment, but we realize that, yeah, it's man-made and some stuff. Anything that spits words out, you can, before you sell it, make a word bank. So, is it real? We do not know. We don't know, but that's part of the fun of it. So, um, but that's probably why I don't use a lot of stuff. Word banks are human made, and yeah, um, I mean, I guess that's the really the only difference because everything else about it is we all want to know what's going on. So I think I'm the same in that way. I just bring an old school investigative thing to it, I guess. Yeah, Cordell.
Uh, I like to bring a fun approach to it because I'm a comedian by heart. Um, but I don't rely on technology all that much. You can ask Terry. I keep it minimal. I have my cat balls, my K2, and my spirit block. That's all I carry. I don't rely on all this new dangled technology.
Well, I definitely understand because While I do investigate a lot, I'm very low on equipment. So all I have is myself, a EVP recorder, a REM pod, and dowsing rods.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yep, I always tell people, they're like, "What's your favorite equipment?" I'm like, myself, something to record EVPs, and my camera.
Yep.
That is my favorite.
Yes.
And real evidence that I think is real evidence has always been with those. Everything else is just yeah, they're toys. Very expensive toys.
Yeah, take out a second mortgage on my apartment just to get
uh,
something new.
very expensive toys, and then there's some stuff I only bring it because I'm like, I spent how much on this? Like, you idiot. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it and turn it on for a minute and then turn it right back off just to say I used it.
Do you each have a specific roles or areas of expertise that, well, I wouldn't say expert because nobody's an expert in the paranormal, but do
No.
you each play a role in the team as far as your field in the paranormal?
So there's really two teams going on here.
Yeah.
We have the podcast. And then Rich is the lead of his team. Um, I've been lucky enough. I've been made a honorary member, so I get to go on investigations when I can go on investigations. Um, I, I'm, he's not here. He's hanging out with the wife upstate, but I wish he was here because he would have to answer that one for me. But just for the podcast, it's just like, hey, everybody, come on, let's do our thing. Sometimes we have somebody to just speak to, bring past guests on because we want to hear what's been going on, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But that's yeah, that's all I can speak on.
And have you ever disagreed on whether something was truly paranormal? And if you did, how did you resolve it?
I don't think that we've ever disagreed on something because we really deep dive into it. Well, like when we find clips, you, Rich, and I will each look at it separately and break it down.
Yeah, like I've disagreed with people before, but it's like, oh hey, it's not. I don't know if it's disagreeing. It to me, it's like, oh, this is what I saw, and that's it. I'm done with it because it's like, hey, this is what they saw, and I have to see it their way too, and then say, hey, I saw it this way, and then you look at what you saw, and then go back to what they saw, and it's like, oh crap, I missed that, or oh, you missed that, and like, yeah, I don't know if I really like I disagree on stuff with past folks, but it's just because yeah, they're trying to get followers and likes, and they may embellish a little bit. That's about it. But yeah, in the far past.
What do you think has been the most unexplainable personal experience each of you has had?
Ooh.
Unexplainable. I guess I couldn't I mean, I could explain it to folks, but unless they feel the same thing, it could kind of be unexplainable. So if something's going on in the area, I have a thing where I have difficulty breathing, or not breathing, swallowing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Which I am sure other people have. Um, but I have difficulty swallowing. It feels like my throat is tight, and then I know something's going on. I would say 9 times out of 10, I keep it to myself. I don't really broadcast um how I came up, or what's happened, or what I know, or what I see, stuff like that. Because I think most people who do that are just looking for attention. I know not all, but most. It's
You
like if you keep
feel
talking
like,
about it, yeah.
do you feel like if you also acknowledged it and it was something bad, that you would be feeding it?
No. So my thing is there most if I come across something that's not a happy spirit or whatever, I don't call it bad. The whole demon thing with me, um, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I can almost guarantee 99.99% of people have not seen one or dealt with one. Um, from experience, they have not dealt with one. Everybody thinks they have. Everybody sees TV. Everybody does this. No, no. We're too arrogant to believe that there's this type of. And this is just my mind. This is Terry's crazy mind. We're too arrogant to believe that these entities, these powers that are above us, we can go in, stop them, and do this and do that, and then come out and then make a show episode or whatever about demons. Okay. I'm here to tell everybody no.
Have
And that's
you
where I'll leave that. I don't go deep into what I know or came up with,
You don't want to get lost in that mind of his.
I,
but
I love it
no,
because
but no. It's no.
I love it
Nope.
because while I I do understand where you come from, I do slightly disagree, which
Mhm.
I love the
Mhm.
talking about different sides. It always gets people talking.
Mhm. Yep.
But
And that's why I left that point one, because it's like I haven't met anybody who's for real.
yes. And
That's you know what I mean?
I'll give you some context too. But I I have only come across one demonic thing.
Mhm.
I've been to numerous locations and have not.
Mhm.
There's also a teammate of mine. She's worked with like the Catholic exorcism people. She can count on her hands like 5 times, and she's oh man, I don't want to bring up age, but she's also
Mhm. Yep.
older. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And she can,
Season.
yes, she's a seasoned paranormal
Yeah.
investigator. Love you, Gina. But and I've actually just recently talked to somebody who they were on the show A Haunting, if you remember Discovery Channel.
Yeah, I remember that show.
So there was a lady up there. Of course, the show is exaggerated.
Embellish.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I
And,
spoke
and,
down.
and we have to talk about, I'm not going to say what he did, but there is a member of that team. Yeah, they did some very bad stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them at all.
Oh
Yeah,
man. But
very bad stuff. So,
but yeah, the Discovery Channel, the show A Haunting did a episode on her episode channel is The Exorcism of Cindy Sawyer.
Yes, I remember that episode.
But she was possessed and she was exorcised twice. She is now free from all of that. But her her story is very amazing, and I really, really felt really deep into it because the one time that I have had the demonic thing happen, not to me. Let's make that clear. Her story was just like hearing it just like almost gave me flashbacks. shall I say. And I 100% believe her story. And just thinking about it was giving me chills. So sorry. But if you haven't, look that up afterwards. And
Mhm.
you just watch on YouTube. You don't so you don't have to pay for it. I don't know if you do or not, but I watched it on YouTube. And
YouTube is the place to go to.
Yeah, it is.
to
I'm
help
always
others.
down to hear people's stories and stuff like that. Everybody has their own thing, and what they've been through. Like I said, there's never 100% for me on anything. Just my thing is from experience.
When you
Um, of people who embellish a lot, and if you feel certain things, you know certain things, you see certain things that people are saying, and it's like, okay, whatever, okay. um, but you can't say it never happens. That's my thing. You cannot say that because when I say if we're too arrogant to think that we can defeat something that's here and we're way down here like bugs, I'm just going to put that out there for everybody out there. So when you come at me with stuff, I'm going to be like, okay, whatever. Um, you can't be too arrogant to think that nothing else is out there besides us.
No, not at all.
Because in this crazy mind of mine, I believe there's things out there. I just don't think that what a lot of people think they're feeling is what they're actually feeling when you talk to them. There are, in my mind, people out there. We have documentation of people going through some stuff that you cannot explain. And to me, something's going on, and it's not of this world. It's something deeper, something more ancient. But I would say 99.9% of it is not in my mind. That's just my mind. So I'll never say nobody felt anything or there's nobody who has felt anything, but um been around a long time in this business. And yeah, you're
and,
gonna you have to convince me.
and
And people have convinced me. I've seen stuff that I've been convinced. You're gonna have to convince me because
And it's got to be
no,
good evidence to convince him. He's
it better be
very
very good
hard to
evidence
convince.
because I pretty good at reading people. Better be very good evidence.
oh, one thing I wanted to make clear is that, you know, people have to remember again that not everything's demonic. Spirits and ghosts, if you don't know the difference, ghosts are the ones that can't pass on. Spirits are the ones that can go wherever they want. But they were just like us. If they were a mean person as
Yes.
a human, they're going to be mean in the afterlife. If they were super nice, they're going to be super nice. If they were malicious, if they were just the evil, that's how they're going to be in the spirit world. And you have to remember that not everything is demonic.
And I think what you just said says it all. Some people, I mean, it scares the hell out of them. And they may think it's demonic. And that's what and like, you know, those who come at those individuals hard, it's like, hey, back off a little bit. They don't know what's going on. And if something's actually, I've never seen anything fly around the room, but if something is going on in that place, they're getting their mind messed with, they're getting pinched, they're getting whatever's going on. It might feel a little demonic to people.
Yeah.
And it's our job to help them, you know, if they're not in our world, help them understand what's going on. And most of the time, it's not demonic at all. It's just like you said, if somebody's angry in this life, they're probably an asshole when they when they leave the zone, this plane. They're probably an asshole.
And you
So
can make them angry too.
you can make them angry. Yes, like you don't even know you're doing it. Oh, they think they probably don't like it. What you're doing, you don't know what you're doing
And
to them. So
if you're asking somebody the same question over and over, hey, what's your name? Hey, can you give me a knot? Hey, can you give
Mhm.
me a knot? Hey, can you give me another
and I,
knot? Like, come on
and I
now.
do it on purpose. I do it well. It depends on what the other investigator is getting. If they're like in a Estes, and I will ask the same thing over and over just to see what I get out of that individual. And sometimes it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that pisses them off, I guess. I'm the a-hole.
Terry loves provoking spirits. You heard it here, y'all.
I try not to.
I know.
Has there been any investigation that genuinely frightened you?
Oh, oh, yes. Two. Two, actually. I have two under my belt that have actually genuinely scared the living hell out of me. Uh,
I
so,
was there for at least one,
yeah.
and I can vouch it happens.
I don't like talking about it. It gives me a migraine.
Oh.
One of our first investigations together was this place in Jasper, Florida called the Old Hamilton County Jail. It was Terry, Austin, Eric, Kara, and I for 48 hours in one location. It was an old jail built in like the 1800s. It has 4 confirmed deaths on site and a couple of unalivings. Very active building from the moment you step in. Like, you can feel, when you go outside and then you step in, you can feel the energy shift. It's cold in that building.
Not a happy place. Not a happy place at all. No.
You could feel everything. I don't know if it was the first night or the second night, but the first night, we had just gotten done investigating around the building in the upstairs jail cells, so we called it quits around 2:45, 2:50, like during the
Yep.
witching hour. So everybody was getting ready. Everyone put their equipment away. Was bundled up because it was like 32 degrees that night. It was cold.
Mhm. Very cold.
Um, I was nominated to sleep in the women's cell downstairs alone. Yep, there it is. So the women's cell, the women don't like men at all. So I had set my camcorder up for the night. I had just gotten really comfortable after moving for 15 minutes because I had broken my back a month prior. So I had to wear a back brace.
Oh man.
I finally got all rested, ready to go to bed. About to hit REM, I hear a scream from upstairs. I'm like, what the hell? I hear it again, but it's like it's moved. And then it starts coming down the stairs. And then I hear it right outside the cell I'm in. I grab my camera. I run out that building crying. And I'm like, I ran into the sheriff's bedroom because I thought Terry was there. I'm the only one in the building. I come out to the car. I'm banging on the windows. I'm crying. I'm like, yo, y'all need to see this shit, bro. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm like crazy, like up in my feels, terrified. And then they went inside because they're like, yo, this dude's tripping right now. He's definitely like not right. They're gonna be like, I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy. Yep. And then they hear
and then,
it.
And then we learned.
They hear it, and I'm like, I told you.
Yeah.
Generally,
Yeah. We were asking questions like, okay, were you asleep? This or that? Like, you're trying to get to the bottom of it. And we're all standing there looking at each other. And then you hear it and everything just stops. And we're like, oh, oh my God. Like she's up there. Just screams. That was like, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Did
he
you
was in
capture
there
it
with
on
it.
camera?
I did, and I'm still trying to get a hold of
Yeah,
footage.
yeah. And audio. I may have some audio from a stationary camera.
Yeah.
Um, I think I hear it. I have to put it on one of my programs and see if I can enhance the audio without ruin it or putting on, something else like all the dogs that were barking all night. Um, I may have the scream twice. May. So I still need to go to, I still got to go through evidence in the past two investigations, but the fun part of investigating. But I still have that, so I need to go through that. But I'm pretty sure I got something.
And I think the second one was also in a jail. I'm like a glutton for punishment. It's a place in Gilchrist County called the Old Gilchrist County Jail. It's a building the size of a duplex. It closed down in 1968. It has a lot of deaths, abuse, and a couple unalivings. Um, Basically, after night, all the prisoners were left there by themselves to fend for themselves till the sheriff got back there in the morning. So those inmates were allowed to do whatever they want. The guy who was watching us, he blew a Aztec death whistle, if you know anything about those,
Mhm.
and it ramped up the activity in the building. There's three spirits upstairs. I know one of them's Frank. He doesn't like men, so I left his cell alone. But cell 5, I was in there by myself, and I looked out the window. I don't remember doing it, and I guess they got me like 15 minutes later. I was still staring out the window.
Oh, man.
So it was scary because I lost track of 15 minutes and I can't remember any of it. But they had to escort me off the premises for like an hour.
Did you feel okay once you left the premise?
A little bit. I didn't feel really okay till I was cleansed after the investigation.
Has there been a place that y'all have investigated that you won't go back to?
Not me.
Nope.
Nothing scared me yet.
I'm a
They're
glutton for
dead. They're dead
punishment.
people. They're people. So nothing scared me yet.
I I genuinely like being scared. It's weird.
It
Yeah.
gives you an adrenaline rush.
Exactly. See, you
Yeah.
get it.
It takes a lot. Like I'm a horror kid. I grew up a horror kid. My parents had me watch horror movies and all that stuff. Um, grandmother showing me stuff and all that and other stuff. But yeah, nothing's ever frightened me on this. But they're people. Like alive people frighten me more than people who aren't alive because they really can't do anything to you. It's like they're people. So I don't really get may get a jolt because you don't expect something, but it's like, oh, okay. Um, you know, I they're people. I'm not a big I don't do a lot of the whole praying and all this stuff and blah blah. They're people to me. What the hell do I need to do any of that for? They're people. I'm not fighting demons, so why am I doing this and this and this? That's just in my head. It's like they're people, and that's why I try to stress to other people. They're people. You don't have to do all this stuff you see on TV. You don't. And nothing comes home and bothers you. If somebody comes home and with you, and I'm not saying I've never had that happen. Um, I don't think anything came home with me. I think that I had something passing through, and then I engaged it, and then it got out of hand, and it paid the price for it. I said stop, it didn't, so it paid the price. It does not stay here anymore. But yeah, yeah. I'm the weird one. I'm the old guy. It's like, no, they're people. What are we
Speak
afraid of?
Speaking of parents, what did y'all's family think when y'all first started going out and investigating and seeking haunted locations?
That right there. Like I said, I was taught stuff. um from the motherland, all that stuff. Ancestors are a big thing. Ancestors are a big thing. And guess what ancestors are? People. So, what are you afraid of? You don't have to pray them away, any of that stuff. Ancestors. And even if they're not your ancestor, they're somebody's ancestor.
Yeah, I got
So,
positive outlooks. My mom just told me don't bring anything home. I'm like,
I've
okay.
gotten that. I've gotten that.
Yeah.
My mom
Yeah.
tells me that I'm messing with devil stuff, but now she's like all supported for it. But like my mom's very like she grew up Christian, um, and I was raised around Christian, but like where I live is like a small town and it's not acceptable here. And I actually found out I got my gifts from my dad's side. So, and I didn't grow up around my dad until like my late teens. So it was like trying to
Do
figure
they do
out who I
they
was.
do they all believe in the Holy Ghost?
Um, yeah, I guess.
Ah, come on.
I like throwing that back at them. I like throwing that back. I'm like, don't you believe in a ghost? And it's a good ghost.
But yeah, it's so funny. Like, oh man, like yeah, when I was younger, I used to get called evil, demonic,
No,
possessed. I'm like,
yeah.
no.
It still happens today to people, though.
Yeah,
Right.
People are still afraid of what they don't know, and it's
it's
not.
a taboo
I
thing,
don't want to say
yeah.
it's a knock on them. Sometimes you're afraid of stuff you don't understand. So
Yep.
You never know unless you
sure,
step into that
yeah,
world.
try to help them understand. If they don't want to understand, they don't want to understand. Whatever, man. I'm good. I'm good hanging out with the cool people who aren't on the plane anymore and having fun and trying to get them to talk to me.
Now you sound crazy.
Who do you
I
think
don't care. Oh.
who do you think has been your most fascinating guest so far and why? This is your chance to give them a free
Mm.
shout out.
Hmm.
Ooh, that is.
Most fascinating. Oh man.
Uh,
Um.
oh, we've got a lot of really good guests. That's
Ooh.
very hard.
And you could choose one each if you would like.
Um.
And no hate to
I have
anybody else
two.
that's been
I
on
have
this
I have two.
podcast.
I have two that I'm trying to decide from.
I think I know one of your two, though. That's the thing. Because I think I'm going to say his name.
There is one, the Walnut House.
Yeah.
The Walnut House. Um, oh man, he's gonna kick me. It's been so long since we talked to him, but that place interest. I was watching the videos from that place before we had him on, and we had him on twice.
Yeah.
Um, that place was awesome. It intrigued me very much. I think something's going on there, and it's a place where he's posting videos. There's not crazy stuff going on. There's just stuff going on, which makes me believe there's something going on. He's not trying to push it. He's just like, hey, that moved. That noise happened. You know what I mean? Oh, this voice. I don't know where that came from. That intrigued me very much. And then a group just investigated with um they were intriguing because they were investigators. Um they came on, they're actually hosting a Paracon in Georgia. Um and then I got myself and CFL Paranormal got invited, requested really by the wife to come up and help with something. So we just did that this past weekend. Um, Groovy family. But I think what intrigues me is which Cordell, him and his wife actually have. They have the haunted dolls, and I know Cordell has that, and him and his wife. And what's funny, I do like the oddity thing up there because uh, you have on the wall.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it's the festival because I've gone to the festival in Florida where they have the oddities and whatever. I don't know if that's the same thing, but I saw it and then you have all the dolls back there. I'm like, oh man. So I don't know if you have
Yeah.
any of them, but I know Cordy does and
Yes, they're all haunted. Except for this one. This is
yeah.
just a plushie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't.
that's the
That's
nun.
none. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
She's just for decoration.
Yep.
You're just there to serve a purpose.
Yeah. Entertainment.
Um, jeez.
But yeah, I think that's intriguing. People who have objects.
Yeah.
Now I know online everybody says this is haunted, this is haunted. This is a Dybbuk box. The whole Dybbuk box, it went away. I wonder why. It's like
I got
the
one.
Dybbuk box. Yeah, the
Oh.
Dybbuk box went away because not everything's an actual Dybbuk box.
This was actually supposed to be evil, but I don't feel anything evil with it at all. I
Oh,
actually feel like,
it's too clean. It's too clean.
yeah,
It's not where it actually came, where they actually come from. I can look at the wood and everything. It's not where it came from.
it's so, oh, look, I'm dropping backs. But but
Yeah.
it's so crazy because I did feel an energy with it, but it was just sad and
You could have had a spirit in there, but no Dybbuk.
no, no,
Because
no, no, no.
if it was an actual Dybbuk,
You'd be
these
in
people
trouble.
would not try to be getting $3,000 for a Dybbuk box. They'd be like, I need a priest to come in and do something, or a rabbi to come in and do something because it's real.
Is there one entity or spirit
Yeah,
or manifestation that you would like to
yeah.
encounter?
Oh man, like
This, this is gonna be cliche as hell. I'm sorry, but Pazuzu, just to see what's up with that.
And I
the evil to fight evil. That's who Pazuzu is. The evil to fight. So we all love that movie, right? They actually use Pazuzu to ward off evil. Makes you think.
You just hear so much about it, and you just gotta experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
That's who I am as a
I
person.
don't know if I want to experience the real Pazuzu, but
I'm a man
now
with no morals.
if I had something that I was actually fighting, like a real demon, absolutely bring Pazuzu in here because it was the evil to fight evil. That's what Pazuzu actually is, not what you see on TV.
I think it would be so interesting just for my curiosity, even though I know it probably would be bad. But the shins,
Oh, the gens?
yes,
Yeah.
Like a real gen.
yes.
Oh wow. A
I
really,
think,
really real gen.
yeah, like I have never encountered that, but
You don't want to.
I don't want to, but I do.
No,
You should talk
no,
to
no, no. Oh man, more power to you.
you should talk to
I do
Kyrie
not.
about
It
that.
is not a it definitely ain't nothing you rub on a lamp for.
I'm telling
It
you.
is a
I've been
I
doing so
I don't
much
even know,
research on them for no
are they
reason.
actually evil though? I don't know if they're actually evil. I know it's
Well,
part of the Arabic
s-
diaspora, but
so
are
the
they actually evil?
so the history of them, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've done so much research. So,
Mm.
but again, please correct me if I say something wrong. But it start it started off just like skinwalkers in the Native American history, which is what I am. Um, it's like a good witch, bad witch type of thing. So if they were conjured for good, it would be for good. If it was bad, it
Yeah.
would be for
Okay.
bad. But it will
Yep.
also depend on the djinn because the djinns don't work like demons or
Yep.
spirits. They're
Yeah.
their own person. You have to like trap them. And if you can also fail that trap, and if you fail that trap, then it's like on you now. So it's like,
So I've heard the same thing. Now the trapping thing, I think that's an American thing. Knowing some individuals from that community, I don't think that's a real thing where you trap them.
well, when I say trap, I meant like the summoning. So if it's like a failed summoning to where you're like keeping them in this bubble during the summoning to because the jinns they're so genies are based on jinns where
Yes.
they so you're not actually like rubbing a thing, but you're summoning them and
Yeah.
then they're kind of like under your control in a way. But
So
if
the genie is the Americanized, um, they're under your control.
right,
The real jinn, absolutely not.
right. And if
You
you
do not control them at all. They are an ancient spirit, Arabic spirit, and you do not control them at all.
and did you know that one of the best, well, I don't even want to put this out there, that one of the best ways that they used to summon them was through sex with them.
Yes, I've heard of it. Yep.
That's I learned something new today.
Yep. No, that's part of there's certain religions. I'm not saying the Arabic religion, but there's other religions that take from other religions, and yes, they do that. A major figure in that is Lilith. Um, but yes, absolutely, yes, I've heard that. The only thing I argue is with a lot of research, reading, and knowing people from that community, you cannot control them. You cannot. You cannot. I don't. If anybody thinks they can, and you're going to put them in, but no, no, you're being tricked. Don't do it. No, you cannot. They are not. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
What do
Leave
you
them alone.
what do you think's the strangest piece of evidence that y'all captured?
Strangest that I've captured.
Um, Not me personally, but Kara did at Hamilton. Remember upstairs, 10 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess the strangest was in Louisiana. I was using the restroom, uh, thinking I was going to go to sleep that night, and then ended up sleeping for hours because of what was going on in that place. But used the restroom. I flushed the toilet, and I hear something outside the door, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going there and ask homeboy, like, hey man, were you out here making noise?" Like, no, man, I'm laying right here. Like, I heard something outside the door. Went back and looked at evidence when I got home, and I actually heard it. And then I heard what I didn't hear a few seconds later downstairs, a deeper voice. So I guess that was evidence wise, that was probably the strangest. I've had stuff where I don't have evidence, just a feeling or something happened to me, but I don't really have evidence. But as far as evidence, yes, that would probably be the strangest because I had no idea what was going on. It's like you're an intimate moment. I'm just trying to pee, man.
Um,
Why are you outside the door?
I actually, I actually have an EVP
Creeper.
from the old jail in St. Augustine. It was me and Austin in the jail cells upstairs, and we had a REM pod in the one of the last cells. I had my phone going for EVPs, and this REM pod's going off, and then at the very end of it, all you hear is the word warden, and then everything stopped. And the guy who ran that jail, he was 6'6", 200 no, he was 350 pounds, and he was a big dude, and he was awful from what I've heard.
Oh man. I think for me, my I wouldn't say it's strange. I guess other people would say it's strange if they saw it and didn't know the context. Um, but it was during a interview I did at the Devil's Tramping Ground that's here in North Carolina.
I went
Um,
there.
oh, I love that place. I go every year.
It
And
was on our
it's cheap.
it was on our list of places to go, and we got bogged with other stuff when we were up there.
Oh man, see you come back down, I'll collaborate with you.
Right on.
It's literally like 30, 50 minutes down the road from me. So it's like
Nice.
it's no issue at all. But I was interviewing the owner at the tramping ground. It was my first time there. And it was crazy. First off, my fiance was passing out multiple times. I
Oh
almost
well.
passed out in the beginning, but it went away when the owner came and I like transferred to him. Um, but during the interview, right before he passed out, we get a clear as day EVP that says my government name, which is Aaliyah. It says Aaliyah. Clear as day, like into the
Well,
microphone. It was one of, still to this day, one of the best and clearest EVPs that I ever captured just using my camera.
well,
Yeah, that's scary.
that so I've never so I've had my shirt tugged, felt touching or whatever, but um, like that is like I don't know if it makes me nervous or whatever, but like when it affects you so much, when you have something that was one of us at one time, but has the power to affect you like that, it's kind of scary. Um, I invite it, but man, it's got to affect you,
Yeah.
you know, and like to you like affect you that much. It's man, it's like
But I
you
continue going back.
you pass out and it's like holy moly,
The last
like
time
that.
I went there, I did a fire experiment. I guess you could say this is the strangest. So I did a fire experiment. Now people can this will be something that people will be very controversial of. They'll either say it's real or they'll say it's completely fake. It's just
Mm-hmm.
smoke, whatever. You have to be there in the moment to believe it or
Mm-hmm.
not.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
But I did this fire experiment and I was taking pictures. Everything looked normal in the beginning. I was just like, okay, well, let me try something. I'm talking to them. I wasn't even recording. This was just something that I was just doing. And I'm like, okay, well, sorry, I get so shaky talking about my experiences, but
Perfectly okay.
it's like I go back in time. Um, but I asked him, I was like, can you please like manifest yourself as I count down? So I start from 10 and I go down to 1 and I taking pictures with each count so I know. And when I get to 1, all the pictures are looking the same as before, but when I get to 1, it's a clear as day what looks to me to be a lady in a dress, and then to the right of her is also another face in the smoke. And I'll send you everything I talk about
Yeah.
after the podcast.
I think that's awesome because you're doing something so simple. And I think we all forget that a lot of these spirits we're talking to, they're not from this time. They don't know what the hell we're holding. Know how to count. They know, you know, cameras because way back in, I mean, I don't even know, was it the 1800s or 1700s, whenever they had cameras, they were taking photos. They know this stuff.
1800s.
And I like that like, hey, I'm gonna count down. That's awesome. To me, that's more realistic than something I can go on my computer and generate. You know what I mean? That's awesome. I like that. That's the type of stuff like intimate, like human to human contact there. I like that.
Me too.
That's awesome.
And I feel like they're starting to get more used to me too. So it's like that first
Yeah.
experiment where he was like passing out and I was
Mhm.
feeling sick and all that stuff. I feel like it was, one, because they knew I could see and hear them, and
Mhm.
they're excited that somebody's actually there to talk to them and get their story and hear their story. So they're
Yep.
already taking a lot of energy from me.
Yep.
The place is not, it's known locally, but it's not well known to where a bunch of people go there all the time. So they're not
Yep.
going to have a bunch of energy like that. They're not
Yep.
getting energy like that. The the history itself is already sad and a just a sad thing. And I've also connected with spirits that didn't even have anything to do with the history at that location, but might have died somewhere down the road. I've connected with a young boy that died from a car crash down the street from there. And it's just like, dude, what are you doing here? And it's like, oh, I'm just here checking it out. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. He's like, oh, there's somebody here talking to us.
right.
Yeah.
You can see me.
I got one place like that. I mean, I've only been there 4 times, but it feels like it's
Only for
my second home. But the first time I went there, I was able to get the little girl saying yeah or yes. And since then, go back and we keep getting stuff, and it's like you said, it's almost like they're getting used to you, and they're like, oh, you're cool. You're not here to do anything stupid or whatever. You're here connecting with us. You know our names. Now there is one there. He's kind of a prick. He's not from there. Apparently, he just shows up and he doesn't like people coming, and the little girl, from what we've gotten, doesn't like when he shows up. I don't think anybody does. He's just he's an a-hole, but and he doesn't even belong there. But like you just said, you have somebody that's like, what are you doing here? It's almost like a beacon. Like you interact with some spirits, and especially if you go to a place multiple times and you're getting interactions, that contact, I think it could draw others in if they're
Yes.
nearby.
And
Because I don't know
also,
how far they can reach out. We don't know, because we haven't been there yet. But who knows how far they can reach? But they feel it, and hey, why not, man? More the merrier.
I personally say the spirit world is like an open telephone, and once you open it, you can't close it.
Yeah. 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 It's like so much to learn still. And it's like that's what I think is awesome about this field is, man, we all have different experiences, and it makes you when you hear somebody else's story, it makes you think. It's like, oh crap. Like, yeah. That'd be cool.
Where do you see Paranormal Musings podcast heading in the future?
Oh wow.
Ooh, I haven't
Um
heard this.
so when it started, it was just, something I wanted to do. Excuse me. And I was like, oh man, if we get 100 people who like this, that'd be awesome. We're sitting over 1,300 now. I don't call them followers, I call them friends. and and growing. So it's like I'm still having fun coming up with new stuff, trying to come up with new stuff. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Whatever. Let's do it.
Trial and error.
And for me, and it's going to continue going until I stop. That's how I see it. Once I'm like, oh, I'm done, then it's over. The show's over. I don't see that happening anytime soon because I love this field. And since I was a little tiny Terry, this is I've been into stuff like this, so I just see it keep going until I can't do it anymore, and that's when I'll say it's over because I can't. Uh, I won't be able to say it because I just can't.
Until we run
It'll
out of
just be
people to
over.
meet.
Yeah, it's like he said, there's so many people out there like us, and you might meet them one day, you might talk to them one day, or like put something out and like three people like it. Okay, you know, I like stuff and don't even hit like. So I do that every day. So it's like somebody's, you know,
Are there
just get to
and
meet people.
are there any upcoming investigations or special episodes that you can tease?
So I don't have any investigations coming up. Rich does, so I don't want to put his stuff out there. That's, that's on him. I know some of the stuff that's coming up. Now, one special thing that I was driving isn't till the end of July, and that's Paracon. That will be in Georgia, um, Brunswick, Georgia, um, which will be the last week of July, for a couple days. Um,
Oh,
that's
we're
their
just
stuff,
gonna
but
miss each other. I would have came to see you, but I'm gonna be vending at a Paracon myself in New Orleans.
oh wow, yeah,
Collins.
that's a big one. Uh,
Yeah,
so um, the oh my God, I'm losing it. The house in not New Orleans.
sorry, Georgia.
Oh, you're going to Georgia?
No, you are?
Oh no, no, I'm saying like the one in New Orleans is huge,
Oh yeah.
and I found out about that one because there's going to be Fairbanks, the Fairbanks house in Louisiana. Um, I think they're going to be there, and he was telling us about who was going to be there for that one. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun one. You're going to have fun there. Um, yeah, that's going to be a good time. We so the one in Georgia, the Foreman brothers are going to be there from Paranormal Nightmare,
Ooh.
and there may be somebody else who's big coming there. I'm not going to say who they are because it hasn't happened yet, but they are being talked to very soon. There's going to be a meeting, and they may be there. So I can't give that out until the people running it say it's actually going to happen. I don't want to jinx them because it's going to be huge if they actually come there, which I
Yeah,
think
no,
is going to
Jesus.
happen. I think it's going to happen because they are friendly with one of those person's sister or cousin, and they are helping. So I think it's going to happen. But but they are a very big name in the paranormal world, especially on YouTube. Huge. So if it happens, that's going to be awesome. I'm there for the nightmare, paranormal nightmare, but
And would you ever consider doing live investigations with your audience?
have done that.
Yep.
Have done a few. Um, they're fun.
They are very fun.
They're fun, especially if somebody, you know, is alive. So if something happens, then there was one live we wanted to do, we couldn't do because of the winter, and we had to push the investigation back. That was the one in Louisiana, so we couldn't do the YouTube live for that. It's just going to leave it on for hours and let the audience tell us, hey, this is what we heard. You might want to check that out. That didn't get to happen. We did do a live there from our phones, and mine would not work for some reason. And Rich's cut out at one point, and then we got it back. It was weird.
Same
But to
thing
add it
happened
to the
with
fun,
Zero too. With the
add it to the fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
And where can people follow you at if they want to see more of your content, your videos, your investigations, your podcasts? Where could they find you?
So everything will be Paranormal Musing Podcast, and it will be on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. That's where I have everything at. You can go in there. You can see the little short videos we post. Um, Go to YouTube if you want to actually watch some episodes, um, or longer videos of investigations. Facebook, a lot of times I'll put them on there too. But yeah, just find us there. You can email us at paranormalmusingpodcast@gmail.com. Um, if you want to come on the show or want us to come on your show, or if you want to go on an investigation together, whatever. If you just want to shoot the bull, you know, just hit us up. And I check it every day, multiple times a day. And yeah, come check us out. You follow our page on Facebook, whatever, and I see it, or TikTok, I follow everybody else's page. If you're a paranormal page, I follow, because there's other pages I don't know who they are, so I don't really follow them. So those of you personal pages, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like that. It's just I don't know who's following me. But if it's a paranormal page, I absolutely make sure we follow them back and support them because they're supporting us. So yeah.
And I want to thank the Paranormal Musings podcast for coming on and joining us today. This is Haunting Travels, and your passion for the paranormal and dedication to exploring the unexplained is truly inspiring. For everyone listening, make sure to check out Paranormal Musings podcast and hit this button over here and give them a subscribe, give me a subscribe, give this video a like, and check them out whenever you want to see your podcasts. You don't want to miss their deep dives into the haunted, weird, and paranormal. Until next time, keep exploring the unknown and safe travels through the haunted world. Stay spooky and stay safe.